Welcome back to Big Bob's Barbecue and More. Today's St. Patty's Day. We're here in North Texas. It's a beautiful warm day. It's about 80 degrees. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm cooking mostly inside. Kind of silly, I know. But it is St. Patty's Day, so I wasn't wearing green, and my daughter made me put this shirt on, so there it is. Hope you enjoy it. Anyway, today is also a special day. I just got my new sous vide thing that I ordered from Amazon. There it is. It's the Gourmet. Hope I'm saying that right. It's a 1200 watt heating element. What is sous vide? So sous vide is a method of cooking a food in warm water for an extended period of time. So my goal today is to try it on some fillets. We bought a whole fillet. I cut 5 fillets, one for each member of our family. I'm cooking it in the sous vide for a total of 3 hours. I'm cooking it to 130 degrees so that it's medium rare. And then I'm going to finish them up. I'm going to sear them real hot on the grill. Bring them up to a medium for everybody in the family. Increase it 10-12 degrees or so. Nice sear, nice finish, hot all the way through. We'll see how everybody likes it. This is an experiment on my part. I'll take you in a minute, show you what I've got going on with the sous vide. I have it in a large non-reactive container. It's actually just a big plastic Cambro that I got on Amazon as well. I've got the meat in there, I've got the sous vide, and I've got sous vide balls which act as a blanket to keep the heat in. I'll show you that in just a minute. This is the sous vide machine in action. You can see the temperature fluctuating right between 129 and 130. You can see the blanket of sous vide balls. They're just like ping pong balls here. And you can see my meat down there submerged in the water. That's cooking up to about 130 degrees. Back up here you can see the cook time. It's elapsed of 53 minutes now. I'm looking for 3 hours, and it'll sound the alarm when it's done. This is just a large plastic container. You can use a stock pot, you can use anything that's non-reactive, and anything that's safe up to about 200 degrees. It sounds like some burbling water. That's pretty much what all sous vides sound like, is my understanding. Alright, so the sous vide has been going for about an hour and 45 minutes. It's time to preheat the grill. We're going to try and get the grill up to about 500 degrees because we're going to put a perfect sear on it. So let's get that started. We're going to put all the burners on high, and we're going to turn on the sear station. If you don't know what that is, that's an extra burner set right in the middle to get things extra hot so you can get a great sear on some meat. Alright, it's on. We're going to come back in about 5 minutes and we're going to put the steaks on, get a nice brown char on the outside, and then it's time to eat. A few final thoughts on tonight's dinner. I forgot to video the final product of the meat. I took it out of the sous vide machine, out of the sous vide bath, and I quickly put it on the grill. The grill was at 550 degrees. I had the sear station on. I seared each side for about 3 minutes. I quickly flipped them, quickly brought it in, served it. It was nice and hot, heated all the way through, perfectly pink the whole way except for the very outer edge, which was seared. Our son, he's kind of a picky meat eater. That was the best steak he had ever had, and he wolfed the whole thing down with no complaints. It was also the most tender steak he said he ever had. Now here's the difference. The steak was a very beefy taste. It tasted a lot like a steakhouse type steak. It didn't have the char all the way through like a normal grill, but it was so tender, and it was a choice cut. It was not prime. It cut as nice as any prime filet or steak that I've ever cooked at home. I had under-seasoned it, and that was not intentional, but a little bit of seasoning afterwards made it amazing. Every single person ate all of their steak, no questions asked. Additionally, we served the steak with some broiled carrots. We used some heirloom carrots, so they're orange, purple, white. It was a wonderful, wonderful accompaniment. We also had a garden salad, just regular lettuce, carrot, tomato, with some salad dressing. We also, at the farmer's market, were able to find fresh green beans, and so we made a green bean salad, which is green beans, onions, red wine vinaigrette, and some basil. We did the same thing with tomato salad. Tomato, onion, red wine vinaigrette, and basil, dried basil on there. So that made it a great meal. It was nice and fresh vegetables, and it was great steak. So the sous vide machine is going to have a place in the kitchen. Next time, I'm going to be a little bit more organized, and I'm going to do filet mignon or steak, whatever my wife says she wants. And then, when that finishes up, I'm going to work on doing a dessert in the bath water, some sort of cake in a mason jar, and raise the temperature. So I'll make the cake batter ahead of time, put it in the bath just as I'm taking out the meats. So that's a future project. I wanted to see how this worked first. Also, why did I choose the Gourmet sous vide pod? I read a whole bunch of reviews, did a ton of research on stuff. The Nova was really high on my list. Why didn't I purchase that one? They apparently came out with a software update, and in order to enable the wireless functions over Wi-Fi and internet to be able to control it remotely, you need to give your Facebook login, and it has to have access to your system, to your network. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't need a kitchen tool having access to my network and passwords, and besides, I'm not on Facebook. The Jules was also in a good position. It was considerably more expensive. The Gourmet had good reviews. The downside was it makes a little bit more noise than the Nova and the Jewel. The Gourmet, I didn't really hear it running. It sounds like a little bit of a burbling bath water. It faded into the background for me after about 10-15 minutes. It started to irritate my wife after about an hour. It just depends on your personality and if it tunes out and becomes background noise or it aggravates over time. Next time, I may just set up a table in my garage and do it out there and have the grill right there, so the noise is not even in the house. I think my wife would like that. It doesn't matter to me. So, your mileage may vary. I hope this has been educational. It's been educational for me. Thanks again for watching Big Bob's Barbecue and More. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or leave me a comment. I'll put a screen up with my email. That way anybody can figure it out and contact me. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe and support me with the links on Amazon that are posted below. Thanks and happy barbecuing.